The world is constantly evolving. As societies progress and develop, we imprint on our surroundings. Our cities grow larger, our technology grows faster, and we advance as a species. Design-related decisions are happening everywhere on a daily basis, impacting sustainable development or provisioning for the needs for future generations of life on Earth. Sustainability and design are intimately linked. Quite simply, our future is designed. The term design is here used to refer to practices applied to the making of products, services, as well as business and innovation strategy, all of which inform sustainability. Sustainability can be thought of as the property of continuance. That is, what is sustainable can be continued into the future. The intention of sustainable design is to eliminate negative environmental impact completely through skillful, sensitive design. Manifestations of sustainable design require renewable resources and innovation to impact the environment minimally and connect people with the natural environment. According to the authors of The Upcycle, Michael Brongard and William McDonough, human beings don't have a pollution problem, they have a design problem. If humans were to devise products, tools, furniture, homes, factories, and cities more intelligently from the start, they wouldn't even need to think in terms of waste or contamination. Good design would allow for abundance, endless reuse, and pleasure. Perhaps the most obvious and overshadowing driver of environmentally conscious sustainable design can be attributed to global warming and climate change. The sense of urgency that now prevails for humanity to take actions against climate change has increased manifold in the past 30 years. Climate change can be attributed to several faults, and improper design that doesn't take into consideration the environment is one of them. While several steps in the field of sustainability have begun, most products, industries, and buildings still consume a lot of energy and create a lot of pollution. But how does this come into play with Pakistan's design policies? Usually described as flamboyant, intricate, ornamental, and handcrafted, Pakistani design is pluralistic and diverse, reflecting a visual culture that evolved from centuries of exchange with many civilizations. But one may argue that Desi design culture and our society as a whole is far too complex to be filtered into just a few adjectives. However, with the current global environmental crisis, introducing sustainability to our industry is no longer just an option, it is a necessity. A few initiatives have been taken to introduce sustainable design to the Pakistani market, such as the introduction of DHA City Karachi, whose initiative is said to be inspired by eco-friendly, endurable urban living. Sustainable design of cities is the task of designing and planning the outline of cities, such that they have low carbon footprint, better air quality, rely on more sustainable sources of energy, and have a healthy relationship with the environment. Sustainable urban planning involves many disciplines, including architecture, engineering, biology, environmental science, material science, law, transportation, technology, economic development, accounting and finance, and government, among many others. This kind of planning also develops innovative and practical approaches to land use and its impact on natural resources. Founders of Modulus Tech began an initiative involving cost-effective, recycled and affordable housing during the Syrian refugee crisis. Notably, they described sustainable design as a responsibility for designers to introduce to Pakistan. According to Mohammed Saqib, founder of Modulus Tech, we have to build this house and nobody is looking at how sustainable it is. For example, that the lifespan is 30 years. No one cares about that. Adding that this lack of knowledge means designers must also take on the mantle of educators. Our fashion industry has worked towards producing high-quality and timeless designs, upcycled and bespoke fashion along with practicing fair and ethical means of creating fashion. Designer Amr Adnan quotes that the masses don't even purchase fashion, and even if there is a niche that does, it's only buying from designers who have little to no control over their fabric. This way, not only can fashion become sustainable, but also become economically viable, and decrease consumption patterns. Sustainable interior design can be incorporated through various techniques: water efficiency, energy efficiency, using non-toxic, sustainable or recycled materials, using manufactured processes, and producing products with more energy efficiency, building longer-lasting and better functioning products, designing reusable and recyclable products, following the sustainable design standards and guidelines, and more. For example, a room with large windows to allow for maximum sunlight should have neutral colored interiors to help bounce the light around and increase comfort levels while reducing light energy requirement. To achieve the more ambitious goals of the green design movement, architects, engineers, and designers need to further embrace and communicate the profit and economical potential of sustainable design measures. Focus should be on honing the skills in communicating the economic and profit potential of smart design, with the same rigor that have been applied to advancing technical building solutions. Admittedly, there are still some drawbacks to this policy. We may find ourselves with a lack of resources required to start such an initiative from the ground up. Long-term investments are risky, and even the simple fact that designers may not want to leave their comfort zones and their practices to involve such policies in their personal work. To conclude, sustainable design is a policy that has every means of growing and expanding in the Pakistani market. It is an initiative that must be taught to combat worldwide prevailing issues that we as designers do have a responsibility to uphold. The journey to sustainable living is albeit not a smooth one, but a necessary one to ensure the comfortable, inclusive lifestyle we all deserve.